Mother prepared some cold drinks for everyone. Suma asked for some sugar in her drink. Mother said, I have already added enough sugar. Just taste it. Suma sipped her drink and said, Yes, it tastes sweet. Suma asked her mother, How come the sugar is not visible? Mother said, There are some substances which are soluble in the water and therefore cannot be seen. Let's do an experiment. Everybody agreed. Friends, just like Suma, let's try an experiment. Experiment number 1. Material required: glass, jar filled with water, salt, washing soda, alum powder, sand, wheat flour, sawdust, turmeric powder, oil. Procedure: fill half the glass with water, then add 1 spoonful of sugar to it. Mix it with a spoon. Observe the change. After every experiment, throw the water away and take fresh water for a new experiment. Observation: while mixing, observe the sugar crystals. Their size keeps reducing. After some time, the crystals totally disappear. Conclusion: sugar completely dissolves in water. The dissolved substance gets evenly distributed in water and the water acquires the specific taste as well as the color of the dissolved substance. In the above experiment, sugar dissolved in water. Now, the water tastes sweet and also turned whitish. Suma liked the experiment. She also carried out the experiment using the other materials. After the experiment, her mother asked, Suma, which substance is dissolved in water? Suma replied, Mother, sugar, salt, washing soda, alum powder totally dissolved in water. Sand, wheat flour, sawdust, turmeric powder and oil did not completely dissolve in water. When any substance gets dissolved in water, a mixture of water and of that substance is formed. It is called the solution of that particular substance. If a person is suffering from vomiting or loose motions, sometimes a solution of sugar and salt is given to the patient. This is called as oral rehydration solution, ORS. If the patient is unable to take this solution orally, it is given through a syringe. This is known as saline solution. At times, some medicines are also dissolved in this solution. Suma's mother suggested to carry out one more experiment. She asked Suma, Do you remember the small pond at your aunt's place? There were some leaves floating on the water. Suma said, Yes, mother. When I dropped a small pebble, it sank in the water with a thudding sound. Mother said, Right you are. Let's carry out another experiment. Experiment number 2. Material: plastic scale, eraser, piece of pencil, sharpener, divider, rubber band, steel spoon, plastic spoon, nail, screw, coin, wooden sticks, pebbles, leaves and soil. Method: fill a large vessel with some water. Add the objects from the list to it one by one. Observe the items which float on the water and which sink in the water. Observation: there are few things which float on the water and others sink in the water. Suma's mother asked her to name the objects which floated on the water and those which sank in the water. Suma replied, Steel spoon, divider, nail, eraser, screw, coin and the small pebbles sank in the water. Mother said, That is very good, Suma. She further asked, Now about the items which sank in the water, were they heavier or lighter than water? Suma did not know. Mother told her that the items which were heavier than water sank. She further asked about the objects which floated on the water. Suma told her that the plastic scale, the piece of pencil, plastic spoon, rubber band, wooden sticks, sharpener, and leaves floated on the water. Suma further said that initially the soil floated on the water, but slowly it sank. Mother appreciated her observation and told her that materials which were lighter than water floated. The materials which are lighter float on the surface and the heavier materials sink in the water. Mother told her that now she has learnt the process of floating, sinking, dissolving and not dissolving. Students, we need water for various activities. We need clean water for drinking. The water which is safe for drinking is known as potable water. The pure water is tasteless, odorless and colorless. When water looks colored or starts stinking, it is not safe for drinking. People fall sick if they drink such water. In the rainy season, we get turbid water through the tap. It is generally mixed with mud. We need to purify it. That can be done by sedimentation, treating it with alum and filtering. This reduces the turbidity of the water and the water clear. Methods to clean water at home. 1. Experiment number 3. Sedimentation. Material: muddy or turbid water. Method: pour the muddy water in the glass. Keep the glass aside without disturbing it for about 4 to 5 hours. Observe the water after 4 or 5 hours. Observation: the mud gets sedimented at the bottom of the glass, but it takes a long time. Wooden sticks and dirt float on the water as they are lighter than water. This method of cleaning the water is called sedimentation. Conclusions: mud particles are heavier than water but are very small in size, so they take longer time to settle. Dry leaves and wooden sticks are lighter than water, hence they float on the surface. Now pour the supernatant water into another beaker. This is much clearer than the previous one, but may contain very small mud particles. 2. Experiment 4. Treating the water with alum. Materials: alum and the supernatant water from previous experiment. Method: a piece of alum is mixed with the supernatant water. Keep the glass still for 3 to 4 hours. Observation: after 3 or 4 hours, the small mud particles settle down. The water on top is fairly clear, but may still contain a few mud particles. Conclusion: alum helps in settling down the mud particles or impurities in water. This process is sedimentation. Here, alum is used for the process. 3. Experiment 5. Filtration. Materials: clear water treated with alum, strainer, soft muslin cloth, glass. Method: take a glass. Place the strainer on it. Take a soft muslin cloth. Fold it 4 times. Moisten it with water and place it on the glass. Pour the water through this cloth into the glass. Observation: the sedimented heavy mud particles and remaining impurities are stuck on the cloth. The filtered water is clear. Filtration helps clean the water. Though this filtered water looks clear, it may not be safe for drinking. The water may contain some microbes or microorganisms which cause illnesses. These microbes are called harmful microbes or germs. Harmful means causing harm to the body. All the microbes are not harmful though. There are some microbes which are useful to our body. Micro means of very small size which cannot be seen by naked eyes or viewed under the normal lens. Microbes means minute organisms. Microscope is an instrument through which minute objects are viewed. Experiment 6. Materials: a spoonful of curd or buttermilk, glass slide, microscope. Method: place a drop of buttermilk or curd on the glass slide. Observe this under the microscope. Observation: some small living organisms are seen. These organisms convert the milk into curd. These are helpful microorganisms. Similarly, there are some microorganisms in the soil. They help in decomposing the garbage. Some microorganisms help in fermenting the food. For example, yeast. It is a fermenting agent used in preparing the bread. There are microorganisms all around us. Summary: the dissolved substance is dispersed in the water. This water acquires the taste and color of the substance which is dissolved. The objects which are heavier than water sink in water, whereas the objects which are lighter than water float on the water. Sedimentation, filtration, and treatment with alum are different methods of purifying the water. The water which is safe for drinking is called potable water. By boiling water, the microorganisms are killed and the water is safe for drinking. Exercise Question 1. State the methods of water purification in one word. Filtration, boiling, sedimentation. Muddy water kept at one place for hours. Boiling of water to kill the microbes. Filtration of water using soft cloth. Question 2. State right or wrong and correct the wrong. All microorganisms are harmful. The microorganisms converting milk into curd are useful. The microbes that help in decomposing the garbage are harmful. The light objects float on the water. All objects dissolve in water.